Welcome to an episode of Inner Work Guides, Alchemical Gnosis, Yoga of the West. I'm your host, John H. Reed III. Let's get to it. Sustainable Transmutations, The Traveler, Part 3. As the traveler approached the city, his mind wandered momentarily. After his failure earlier on the road, he was surprised that the Centaur did not berate him for leaving the path. With a twinkle in his eyes, the Centaur said, "The dancing trio ensnares everyone." Within 3 paces of the city's gates, a leaf being carried on an air eddy caught his attention. The leaf moved slower and with a defined motion that looked out of place. The leaf's misdirection continued as a thickening dust coalesced at the periphery of the bottom edge of his vision. Too captivated by the leaf to lend full attention, it was only when a growing tremulous dissonance whispered repeatedly in his ear that he began to notice the indistinct countenance hiding in the center of the darkening, accreting swirl of dust and dirt. The ground began to shake violently as a welter of earth erupted before him. A wind vortex replaced the air eddy as chunks of earth remained suspended. Earth pieces began to slam thunderously into each other, disjointedly adhering to one another. A cohesive coalescence from the chaos took a few moments to finalize. There, towering before him, was an earthen giant, unmistakably akin to Antaeus. Through the cracks and crevices where the earth masses fused, the traveler glimpsed a scorching fluid coursing through its molten core. As the giant's gaze fell upon him, its hollow eyes ablaze with liquid magma, the traveler felt his body seize in terror. A surge of fear shot through him, and it took a supreme effort of will to restart his heart. "Run!" his mind screamed, his next move already decided. But the reverberating pressure waves emanating from the giant's words held him in place like invisible chains. "Hero!" it boomed, its voice dripping with sarcasm. "So the Centaur has sent another fool to be my midday feast, another morsel of flesh for me to char in the fires of my belly. Armed you with a sword and lance, did he? Then sent you off to your doom with a smile? That's all he's done. A sword and a lance? He's filled many with his lies, convincing them they were wise and strong enough to face me, to cross this threshold and confront what lurks within. All who came before you have failed, as you are about to do. They delude themselves. Tell me, hero." It sneered, leaning in, its putrid breath invading his nostrils. "What do you feel now? Do you sense the surge of courage and righteousness the Centaur promised you?" "I feel fear," the traveler shuddered in response. The creature moved ever so slightly. Yet this subtle movement would have spoken volumes to the initiated, because the traveler's answer took aback the creature. Almost confused to hear this traveler give him the token no one yet had discovered. It grumbled. "Your fear. You wish to supplant it, yes?" The traveler thought momentarily and then answered, "It would be foolish of me to seek to hide from that which I feel. I do not seek to run from it, but rather embrace it, that I might know and understand fully. I welcome my fear." The light in the creature's eyes began to dim a little. Then, as if it had decided upon a new line of questioning, it ignited with laughter. "So you seek to use your fear as a shield, to study it endlessly, to suckle at it as if it were your mother. You'll never let it go, it roared. In that case, I will eat you slowly. This should be interesting. In knowing one side of myself, I have the ability to know its opposite, and the power to move to the opposite. I could let go of my fear. The creature became irate, pounding its fist into the ground, causing the earth to undulate in concentric ripples like waves on the ocean. You are no son of the gods, you are but a man. Come now, little man, not even a distant lineage of the gods. Fear is inherent in your species. It is the central theme of your soul. All of you want life simple, comfortable, as little work as possible. You constantly deny the truth of your nature. The traveler felt a twinge of doubt course through him. The creature was right. How easily had he strayed from the path on the way here to listen to an enticing song and see scintillating flesh. At that critical moment, he remembered the twinkle in the Centaur's eyes. The dancing trio ensnares everyone. Though ensnared he had become, he was at the end of this part of the path. Gotten back up he had, stood tall and learned from his mistakes. Yes, he said firmly, I would let go of my fear. Liar! The creature roared so loudly that it canceled the sound of its voice, and instead the traveler felt the word rather than heard it. You will roast in my innards, and know torment for eternity, it said, with dark, decadent glee. Let go of your fear, only in death. When will you perform this miracle? The creature asked as it opened its mouth and lowered it over the traveler's body. The traveler could feel the heat, his skin blistering in the flame. The roar of the internal inferno made the creature's previous cries seem like the purring of a kitten. In the center of that torment, the traveler gave a one-word answer in a resolute, steady, even-toned voice. Now. Dust. It was not an explosion. The creature dissociated from itself, and its dust fell silently to the earth. The dust did not touch or cling to the traveler or his clothing. The gate to the city opened. He saw a path with torches stretched before him, steeply descending into the dark. Great. Another cave, he thought. To be continued. Thank you for listening to this episode of Inner Work Guide's Alchemical Gnosis, Yoga of the West. Don't forget to subscribe. Contact me by writing to theinnerworkguide@gmail.com. Go to my website, innerwork.guide. Create an account to get on the mailing list. Read the blog and listen to the podcast. Click on the donate button to support my work.